Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Playbook Diaries podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Taylor, and I have to start off by apologizing for the hiatus. I was moving. That's why you guys haven't gotten a new episode, but we have a new episode today, and today's episode is especially for my girls, my ladies, my women who don't understand football. The football season is about to start, so I'm going to teach you guys how to understand the game of football so you can watch it with your man this season, okay? Helping me out with the rules and explaining football, I'm going to bring my homegirl, Miss Kelsey Lynn, who is my best friend, and we are former co-workers, and we are former Hooter girls together. So welcome to the stage, Kelsey. Woo, 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 woo. Hey, sister.
Hey. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
You know, I'm great.
Okay, so tell us how much you know about football.
Ooh. Honestly, not much.
It's okay. That's actually really good for the episode because hopefully the questions that you ask me are aligned with the questions that the audience has, okay?
Yeah, that's why I'm here, right?
Alrighty. So you would say your knowledge is like beginner?
For sure, beginner, for sure.
Okay, yeah. Well, let's start off with the first portion, and we're going to establish the differences between college football and NFL, okay? Let's get right into it. Now, I know a lot of you are wondering, why are they in Hooters uniforms? As I mentioned before, we are both former Hooter girls. And when you work at a store, you kind of gain some knowledge on different sports.
A little bit
if you're not actually paying attention to your table. So I actually think you look really great in your uniform.
Thanks. Your uniform. I do. Okay, thank you.
That's tea. That's very hard to do. All right, so let's jump back into it. Do you know any of the differences between college football and NFL?
One, college athletes in college football, they're in college. So there's that.
Girl,
there's that.
I guess that counts. So the major difference used to be that college athletes couldn't get paid, but that is now. Now college athletes can get paid.
NIL, right?
That's
okay. I do know that.
Okay, so just a quick rundown. Some of the main differences are the regular season for college is about 12 weeks.
Okay.
And regular season for NFL is about 17 weeks.
It's longer. Okay, I knew that.
It's longer. Mm-hmm. Some of the clock rules, so like how they run the clock, the time allowed in each quarter or whatever. College stops after every first down, the clock stops until the ball is set, meaning
first
every first down.
That's 10 yards, right?
Yes.
Okay. See, look at me. I know some stuff.
And then the NFL keeps the clock running at all times until the final 2 minutes of each half.
Oh, so they really have to get out there and move?
Yeah,
essentially because
they have to reset fast.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. But these aren't big things with the game. Pay attention to the podcast, obviously, but don't get too bent up on these rules, okay? The overtime rules of college and NFL are different. The playoff structure of the two different leagues are different. For college, they have the regular season, they do bowl games, and they have a 12-team college football playoff bracket, where the NFL has a 14-team playoff bracket, and then they go and play at the Super Bowl.
AEC in the no, if there's different.
There's AFC.
Okay.
There's AFC and NFC.
So that's the two different branches for NFL.
That's the two different
playoffs, right?
Well, yeah, that's how they structure the playoffs. So that's the different divisions, the different conferences. So that's that. You kind of jumped ahead. Let's Savannah, slow down. And then the catch rule. So this is a big one that pay attention to this part. So in college, a catch, like a player catching a ball, counts as long as one of their feet are in bounds.
Okay, so in between those lines.
Yes. Okay. But NFL requires a catch to be made with 2 feet in bounds.
Why is it different?
I don't know.
Okay.
I always said they make it harder to make it match professional.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. So let's get into the conferences and divisions. You mentioned that.
Okay.
So in NFL, the conferences and divisions are AFC and NFC are the two conferences, and then the divisions is AFC North, South, East, West, along with NFC North, South, East, West.
Okay.
Simple enough. In college football, there's tons of conferences, and we're actually not going to go over all of them because there's too many. But we will focus on the Power 5 schools. Do you know what the Power 5 schools are? The Power 5 conferences, I mean, not schools.
Okay. I was going to say, I was like, okay, I think I might have overheard you talking about it, maybe. Okay. Big 10.
Yes.
Big 12.
Yes.
That's all I got. There's 5?
There's 5. Well, for Power 5, so Power 5 is like the big dogs of college football.
Okay.
The people that are in the larger, more renowned conferences.
Okay.
So the 2 that you said was Big 12 and Big 10.
And OU is a part of one of those, right?
They used to be. So OU used to be a part of Big 12, but right now they're a part of the SEC. So SEC is, favored to be, they're stereotypically the best conference that there is, especially with the University of Texas and the University of Oklahoma joining the SEC.
Gotcha.
But the traditional teams that were in the SEC were like your Bamas, your Georgias. For Big 12, the teams in there, you got Texas Tech.
Okay.
You got West Virginia. Now you have U of H.
Okay.
Any other
big schools?
It's still big schools.
Still big schools.
Still big schools. And then another conference, you said Big 10.
Mm-hmm.
The big dogs of the Big 10 are going to be Michigan.
Okay.
And Ohio State.
Oregon?
And Oregon, yes.
Okay.
Okay. And then what other conference we have? We have Pac-12.
Okay. And so who's?
Pac-12 right now only consists of Oregon State, the Oregon State Beavers, and Washington State. But they'll get more teams next year, so don't even pay attention.
How does that work to put them in those conferences? Do you have to do certain things to be in those conferences? No,
so the teams just decide where they want to play at, and everybody that's in one conference, they split the TV deals together.
I was like, is that fair?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, they get to pick. So
yeah. Okay.
So the biggest conference right now, the one that has the biggest TV deal, is going to be SEC.
SEC, and that was, you said UT and OU are part of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
With Bama and Georgia, because they're going to be so mad if you identify the SEC as Texas and Oklahoma.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then the last one we mentioned, ACC.
Okay.
ACC is Miami.
Clemson, Miami Hurricanes.
Miami Hurricanes.
Okay.
And then you've got Clemson. And now you have SMU, who has just joined the ACC. Okay. Did we go over all of them? Big 12, Big 10, SEC, ACC.
And then
who are we forgetting? And Pac-12. Okay, so we went over all of them. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the next portion, and we're going to go over the positions in college football. Okay. Okay. Offense and defense. Do you know the difference?
So offense is definitely when they're scoring, and defense is when they are trying to stop the other team from scoring.
Yes.
Okay.
And so a good way, when I first started watching football, the way that I had to memorize it was, when people say, don't get defensive. I'm like, okay, that's defense. They're defending themselves. Well, I guess it's in the name.
Yeah. Listen, hey, I used to think they were on the field at the same time.
Okay, so you bring up a good question. How many players from each team were on the field at once?
Is it like 12, 15, 11?
12, 15. What's your final answer?
11.
Yes, that is right.
Okay.
So, ladies, keep that in mind. There are only 11 players from each team on the field at once for a total of 22 people on the field at once. Got it?
Got it. So it's offense one side, defense the other side, 11 from each team. Okay.
Yes. Okay, good. So offense is the team with the ball. Okay. Now, quarterback. What does the quarterback do? In the most simplest terms.
Okay, so he is the one who is going to throw the ball into play.
Yes.
Okay.
So he's like the project leader. He's the team lead for offense.
Okay. He can we'll tell the plays too. We're gonna do this.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's the quarterback. That's good.
Okay.
Name some quarterbacks. Ladies, some of the quarterbacks that y'all might know: Jalen Hurts,
my favorite.
Lamar Jackson. You got any more?
Patrick Mahomes.
Good. Okay. All right.
Tom Brady used to be one, right?
Yes. Yes. Okay. You said you were didn't know a lot, but you know a lot.
Okay. Maybe I know more than I think I know.
I'm telling you, it's Hooters.
Yeah, it probably is.
Okay. Running back. What does the running back do?
So I believe once the ball is snapped, right? Mm-hmm. That running back takes it, and he's either gonna run with it or he's gonna give it to the quarterback. Nope. Something like that. Like he runs with it.
Okay, there we go. Let's just keep it simple.
He runs it back.
Yes, the running back runs the ball.
Okay.
Pretty self-explanatory. Some, you know any running backs?
Saquon Barkley.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or Derrick Henry or Ezekiel Elliott.
Okay.
Former Ohio State Buckeye. Okay. Wide receiver.
So wide receiver for Eagles would be like AJ Brown and Devontae Sanders. No, Smith.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She's actually really good.
I know that team.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm a Cowboys fan, so our wide receiver is CeeDee Lamb.
He went to OU too, right?
Yes.
Okay, went to OU.
Fellow Sooner.
Okay.
Shout out to them Oklahoma Sooners. Okay, and the wide receiver does what?
So that is the quarterback is throwing it to them,
Yes.
And they're going to score. They're going to
catch
it and run and score.
Yeah,
okay.
Perfect. Mm-hmm. Okay, tight end. What does a tight end do?
That's on the opposite side, right? Or is he offense too? He's offense?
Yeah. Tight end is offense.
That sounds like a defensive
it does sound
position.
Like,
That's trick.
A tight end is offense.
Okay.
What does the tight end do?
Travis Kelce's a tight end, right?
Yes.
I don't know what he does though.
Yes. Okay, so Travis Kelce is a tight end. Tight ends are normally big, like kind of burly and like tall.
Okay.
Yeah. Travis Kelce is a tight end, and their role. So a tight end is kind of like a hybrid position. They can do a multitude of things.
Okay.
Primarily, they will block like a lineman.
Protect the quarterback.
Sometimes.
Okay.
So they'll block.
Okay.
But they can also catch passes.
Ooh.
So Travis Kelce, he can block. He can hit your ass.
Okay.
But he's also taller than the average person on the field, so he can also catch the ball. So, and they're harder to stop because they're so big. Okay. So they're harder to tackle.
So would a quarterback be throwing to them as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
They can throw to them as well. Okay. Good question. Okay. I'm not going to get into these positions, but in the O-lineman umbrella,
those are like the bigger, big men.
Those are the big guys. Okay. So for the offensive line, there's three types of O-linemen. So you have the center. And the center is the position that gives the ball to the quarterback. So when they're like
hut.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the center who passes the ball through his legs.
And I'm assuming he's in the center.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Very T. And then you have a left or a right guard who is also an O-lineman. We don't even have to get into the specifics of that. But under the O-lineman umbrella, you have the center, the guard, and the tackles, okay? Mm-hmm. And they're all blocking for the quarterback.
They're protecting him.
They're protecting the quarterback, yes. Gotcha. So in girl terms, the O-line is like the tampon. It's the tampon of the offense. They're blocking.
I was thinking of...
They're holding him in the pocket.
Wait. Mind you, what about this? When you're in the club and someone trying to talk to your homegirl, another girl was like, nope. She's taken. Why are you trying to talk to her? She's not going home with you.
Yeah.
That's her. Okay.
Yeah. That's a good one. I like that. Very good analogies that women will hopefully you guys understand. Okay. So that's the offense. Okay. We ready to go to defense?
Again, defending the ball.
Yes.
It's in the name.
All right. Let's get into defense.
Wait. Before we go to defense, you were talking about the O-linemen. Can you name some? Because I don't really think I know a lot of O-linemen or what.
So like some like big O-linemen would be like big name O-linemen that people might know. Mm-hmm. You got Cody Ford for the Bengals.
Okay.
He actually came on the show. Shout out to Cody Ford. Creed Humphrey played for the Chiefs. Played for OU. Cody Ford played for OU as well. Mm-hmm. Orlando Brown also plays for the Chiefs. Also played for OU. And then Trent Williams is probably the most famous O-lineman in the history of the NFL. And he also went to OU. So I don't know. It's something about the OU boys. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It's something about them OU boys. They gonna hold that line. Yeah. So shout out to them. So now let's go on to defense, right? Ready?
Defense, yes.
Okay. Linebacker. What does a linebacker do?
I'm assuming that's a bigger person too? No?
A linebacker is like kind of like a tight end, but not as tall, really.
Oh, okay.
Like in build, like they're swole, they're muscular.
So they're still going to catch the ball?
No.
Because we're on defense.
Because we're on defense.
Ooh. So they're tackling?
Yeah.
Okay, tackling. Okay.
So a linebacker they're the quarterback of the defense. So they call the shots for defense, okay? Okay.
Linebacker.
Linebackers are like versatile as well. So they are trying to get to the quarterback. They're trying to get to the quarterback, but they're also supposed to stop the receivers.
Like so they're trying to intercept?
Yeah.
So they can catch too, but they're really to tackle?
They're to tackle, but if they're really, really good, they can force interception by like catching, like getting an interception.
Gotcha.
Okay. The defensive line.
So that would be the bigger guys.
Yeah. They're huge.
So they're going to be pressing up against the O lineman? Like they're going to be like going like this?
Yes. Okay. So that's what they do. They're trying to get to the quarterback.
Okay. They're the one trying to sack.
They're trying to sack the quarterback.
Sack the quarterback. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then DBs. You'll hear people call them DBs. Mm-hmm. And that stands for stands for defensive backs, and that actually covers two positions. It covers the safeties and the cornerbacks. Okay. So safeties and cornerbacks are also called DBs.
And DB for the Eagles is Cooper DeJean, right?
I think so. Yeah. Cooper DeJean is
okay.
A DB. My favorite cornerback is Jalen Ramsey.
Okay. Did he go to OU?
No. I actually don't know where Jalen Ramsey went to school at. Florida State. He went to Florida State.
Not Miami University.
Miami University.
Florida State's Gators. Gators. Yeah. Okay.
So Jalen Ramsey went to Florida State, and he used to be one of the better cornerbacks in the league.
Question: you said a cornerback and something else for this sport called DBs.
Safeties.
Like
what does their position do?
That's confusing. Yeah.
What's confusing about it?
I'm like, why do they have so many different names for the same?
So there's the position is defensive backs.
Okay.
But there are different types of defensive backs.
Okay.
So a safety is the last line of defense. So a safety, like I said, is a defensive back.
Okay.
They're the last line of defense, so they're deeper on the field.
Oh, so they're going to be with the wide receivers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're kind of going against each other, I mean?
Yeah, they're covering the wide receivers, trying to prevent those long passes.
So they have to be fast.
Yes.
Okay,
fast, agile.
Like, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're like what? Okay. Okay. So yeah, and then cornerbacks do the exact same thing as safeties, just
on the other side?
Not on the other side, but they're not as far back on the field.
Okay. They're not as deep in.
They're not as deep. Like
they're not
the safeties, fast. No. The safeties will be like near the goal line. Like
gotcha. Okay.
And the cornerbacks are in between the defensive line and where the safeties are. Okay, so they're like, but they're like midfield.
Okay, gotcha.
There we go. Okay. Hopefully that wasn't too hard to follow along with. Y'all don't forget to ask questions in the comments, and we'll do a part 2. All right. How to score. This is like the bread and butter of football. Okay, the different ways to score.
Okay. Touchdown.
Okay.
Or they kick it. They punt it. Wait, no, that's different.
Those are different.
Taking and punting are different.
Yes.
Okay.
Just kicking.
Kicking, right? Because punt is what they.
Punting is to start.
Yes.
Punting is to start your new possession. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so the different ways to score, we have a touchdown, and that is worth how many points?
6.
Yes. And then we have an extra point,
which is where they now kick it.
Where they can kick it after they score a touchdown.
Or they can do it again, run it again.
Savannah, slow down. Kick it is worth how many points?
1. Extra.
Okay, now say what you were going to say.
They can also, instead of choosing to kick it, they can try to run the ball again for an extra point, right?
And that's worth how many points?
For 2.
Yes.
So it's 7 or 6 plus 2, that'd be 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be called a 2-point conversion.
I was going to say that. I thought I was making that up. Yep. Okay.
You really did pay attention at Hooters.
Maybe just a little bit. I got the tips, you know?
Yeah. Okay. And then also a safety. Do you know what a safety is?
No. Besides the position we were talking about.
Yeah. Okay. So a safety, ladies, is when the defense tackles the offense in their own end zone, and that is worth 2 points.
Ooh, so can you give me an example of like what that might look like?
An example is if you and me are playing football, you're on your team, I'm on my team.
Okay.
If you're on offense,
Okay.
and I'm on defense,
Okay.
and I tackle you with the ball in your own end zone, my team gets 2 points.
Does that happen a lot? Is that kind of like a
it's not like frequent. It's not frequent,
okay,
but it happens.
You mess up if you did that.
Yeah,
you messed up. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not frequent, but it's frequent enough to where you'll see it a couple times in a single season.
Okay.
But it's not gonna happen every game.
Gotcha.
Or that team is garbage.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not gonna it's definitely not happening every game.
Gotcha.
Okay. So those are the ways to score. So now let's get into downs. Do you know how like when the announcer is like, oh, 2nd and 10?
Okay. So I'm not gonna lie, you know, like the yellow thing you see on TV with the yellow line.
Mm-hmm.
I was very surprised that wasn't in real life.
Ladies,
it's not in real life.
When you're watching the football broadcast, the yellow lines that you see, that is only on TV to help better, guide everyone through the football game. Yeah, better visualize what's going on. But in real life, if you go to a game in real life, it's not on the field. It's
just the orange markers, right?
Yeah, you can look to the edges of the field to see the orange markers where the refs in their pinstripes and where their standing is where the yellow lines are appearing on TV. So let's learn about how those work. So when the announcer says like 2nd and then says a set of numbers afterwards, that means that it is the team's 2nd try to move the ball
10 yards.
Yes. Okay. So the goal of football is to keep moving the ball 10 yards
towards your goal.
Towards their goal.
End zone, right?
Towards their end zone. Okay. So you get 4 chances to move the ball 10 yards. Okay. So when the announcer says 2nd and the following number, the first number that the ref says, that's what chance. Yeah, that's what attempt they're on. And then the number that follows is how many yards they have left to renew their chances at another 10 yards. Because every time you make it past 10 yards, you get a new set of attempts. Does that make sense?
Yes. So just to clarify, if it's Jalen Hurts, he's got the ball. He has 1st and 10. That's his first attempt at 10 yards. Let's say they move the ball 8 yards, then it'd be 2nd and 2. Yes. 2 yards left.
Perfect.
Okay. Cool.
Perfect. So let me give you a trick one.
Okay.
It is, let's see, 2nd and 2.
Okay.
And the team runs the ball 8 yards.
They're gonna start over. Wait, they're gonna start over because it's a new set, right? Because they surpassed that 10.
Yeah. So what is the call? What is the ref gonna call out?
That's a good question.
It's a new set of attempts, so it's.
Oh, it'll be 1st and 10.
It would be 1st and 10. I'm surprised you got that actually.
Okay.
It's 1st and 10 because even if you get more yards than 10 yards, it's still.
You're starting over.
You're starting over.
Or you met your expectation.
Yeah. Okay. So even if you run the ball 13 yards, when you get your new set, it's still going to be 1st and 10.
But now you might have been from the 40-yard line to 35 because we're getting
closer. We're getting closer.
Okay.
Okay. So that makes sense, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. Any other questions you have about football?
Honestly, during this season, you're my girl. I'm going to go to you for sure because there's some things I still don't know.
Okay, bet. So, ladies, if you have any other questions, if you want me to go more in depth in explaining some of these things, if we want to get more advanced, let me know and we'll make a part 2. But until then, we are out. Bye.